Hello, it's Martin here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so today we are going to do the team building guide for the LR TEQ VEGITO EZA that is coming out tonight on Global. This is going to be one of the two highly anticipated EZAs. I know this is, for a lot of people, one of the most exciting things to happen in the 8th anniversary. So these both are going to be coming out tonight. I'll have the team building guide for Gogeta coming out a little bit later as well. But we are going to start off with the TEQ VEGITO. So this is a typical LR EZA in that it has 10 stages. Each stage you beat, you get 3 stones. Obviously, if you want to go past stage 10, you just get the Hercule statues that you can trade in for Zenny. You'll get all the medals that you need to EZA VEGITO. You get 5 TEQ Grand Kais, so you can get him straight up to SA25, and you do get some TEQ orbs as well, which is a nice little extra bonus. And then EZAs for LRs always have just one mission, which is clear stage 7. So it's very random that it's stage 7 and not stage 10. I'm not really sure why, but you get an extra 3 stones. So if you beat all the 10 stages, you get 33 stones in total. So with LR EZAs, they do differ from normal 30-stage Extreme Z battles for TURs in that, whilst there is a specialist category, which for this one is Realm of Gods, that is only for units in terms of their defensive capability. So non-Realm of Gods units will take a lot of damage from this VEGITO, even if they are int, especially as you get towards the later stages, right, as you get towards stage 10. Now, legendary power is, by having that link active, you are able to do more damage. So even if you have LRs who are not Realm of Gods, they will be able to do big damage by having legendary power active. But of course, as I already said, if they're not Realm of Gods, they're going to take some extra damage back. So what you ideally want to do is try and build a Realm of Gods team with as many LRs as possible. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at the category. As I always do with my team building guides, I'm going to go through my top picks and honorable mentions. If there are any units you think I missed out or should have talked more about, let me know down below in the comments section. And of course, as always, if you do find the guide helpful at all, do hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you are new. So, jumping straight in. So, first off, we have a unit that is obviously int and Realm of Gods. Also a 200% leader is the Resurrection of F Blues. Now, one of the things with these LR EZAs, it is possible to fully beat an LR EZA without using any LRs, right? The legendary power link means you can do more damage, but it's not, you know, absolutely necessary. It just means the fights will take longer. So one thing you have to bear in mind is every TUR you bring, you are more likely to get a rotation where you end up with like 1 LR and 2 TURs, and then you can't get legendary power active. So keep that in mind. You probably don't want to bring too many TURs if possible, but as I've already said, right, if your options are limited, you can do. I've beaten LR EZAs with full TUR teams before, so you don't need the legendary power link. Now, these guys are a good choice because obviously they do lead Realm of Gods, so they cover everybody that you could bring on the category anyway. But then they also give the extra 30% to Pure Saiyans, which of course includes themselves. So 200% leader skill for quite a lot of the units that you're going to be running on the team definitely is very beneficial, right? If you can run these guys and then a full team of Realm of Gods Pure Saiyan LRs, then they're obviously going to be hitting quite a lot harder. The unit themselves, they're obviously not that crazy. You're probably not really going to get to the point where you transform or exchange into Vegeta. You can do it from turn 4. EZAs usually are done by or end on turn 4. Especially if you are getting legendary power active quite a lot. So you might see Vegeta come out. Obviously, he is then the slightly better defensive option. I mean, you won't get to the point where his rainbow orb changing runs out, so he can look pretty decent in this event. But he's probably one of the go-to leaders for the team, I would say. And then, of course, there's the old int UI Goku. I mean, he has an EZA, so his leader skill's 160. He's just a very, very basic unit right now. If you are finding the later stages difficult, you're taking some damage. Obviously, this guy transforms when HP is 50% or less. And once he transforms, after his EZA, you have a 100% chance to dodge on that first turn. So he definitely can be pretty useful. But again, I would probably use him more as a last resort leader rather than bringing him on the team unless you are short on LRs. Of course, we have this guy who is an LR Realm of Gods leader. Now, his leader skill is only 4 key and HP attack and defense 130. So obviously your team is getting a much lower boost if you bring him. But he is an LR, so obviously it would then be possible to run a full LR team. You're always going to have legendary power active, and that might be easier than having TURs on the team, right? And I mean, this guy, whilst he's a bit outdated in terms of the more difficult events in the game, EZAs aren't particularly difficult, right? So, I mean, unless he's getting blasted by a super attack as the first attack of the turn, he's going to be able to get a bit of build up by dodging, and then he will still be pretty decent in the event. And as we move on to some other leaders, now obviously these guys won't lead Realm of Gods specifically, but God Goku leads Pure Saiyans or Hybrid Saiyans. Obviously, as we've already kind of covered with the Resurrection of F Blues, you absolutely can make a full Pure Saiyans Realm of Gods team. So you could run God Goku as the leader and then still have your full LRs team of Realm of Gods. His leader skill 4 key and 150. 150, I mean, it'll get the job done, and 4 keys obviously good if you are running a team full of LRs, because then you are going to be, you know, getting those 18 key supers a little bit easier. So that is always nice. So this guy definitely is a solid choice, but even if you don't use him as the leader, he's obviously a good pick for the team. He's on the Resurrection of F Blues 200% leader skill. Definitely a very solid unit. Now, of course, there is the TUR God Goku. Now, remember, for EZAs, you can't use units with the same name, so you can't use this guy and the LR. This guy is probably better in almost every way, except for the fact that because this is an LR Extreme Z battle, you do want to get legendary power active if you can. So honestly, I think I would probably run the Int LR one over this one, just so you can get that legendary power, right? Because the Int one with legendary power active, like, he is going to be able to do a lot of damage. Whereas this guy, he won't do as much damage. You need 6 orbs to get the guard. I mean, his defense is probably going to be good enough anyway, right? But I think in this one particular event, right, the LR EZA one is actually probably better than this one, quite surprisingly. But he also does have a Pure Saiyans or Hybrid Saiyans lead, but then he has the extra 30% as well. So there are some units that you could put on this team that will get the full 200% leader skill, whilst also being under the Realm of Gods like umbrella. So this guy could make a good leader as well if you do need a stand-in leader. So next up we have the LR Gods. These guys are another one that can be a very useful stand-in leader. They lead power beyond Super Saiyan, so obviously you'll be able to run any God or Blue versions of any of the Saiyans or fusions. They also lead movie heroes. I don't think there's any other Realm of Gods, like movie heroes, that aren't Saiyans or fusions anyway. And then of course any units on Kamehameha get the extra 30%. These guys definitely will be good, right? They get guard on the first turn. If you get enough orbs, they're able to put out quite a lot of attacks. And then if you do get to turn 4, you can transform with them, and because EZAs usually are, as I say, kind of almost over by the time you get to that point, the enemy's probably on low enough HP that you're then going to be able to use their active skill immediately, and then that probably just ends the fight for you right there and then. So these guys, very, very strong option. Again, they're a Realm of Gods Pure Saiyan, so I do think overall the Resurrection or F Blues are the best lead, right? Bring them as the leader and just load up the team with Pure Saiyan LRs. I think that's probably the best team build, but these guys obviously very good on the team, regardless of who the leader, or they can be a leader themselves. Next up, we have this guy. You know, he fell off kind of quickly when the anniversary started, but he is an Int LR, you know, Realm of Gods Pure Saiyan, got type advantage over VEGITO. Like, he will definitely be useful in this event. Plus, there is another unit that will benefit from his presence that we'll talk about in a little bit. Some of you probably already can guess who I'm talking about. But this guy could definitely be useful, right? This is an event where he could actually be useful. And because he's a unit that's like 2 years old, I imagine some of you probably have this guy, probably with dupes by now, even if you don't use him anymore. And he could definitely be good in this event. Next up we have Zamasu. So there's a couple of extreme units now. So we have the Int LR Zamasu. Now this guy, obviously, against this VEGITO, he's going to be able to do tons of damage, right? He's got type advantage. He's able to hit really hard anyway. Just overall, a really, really good unit for this event. And of course, some of his best allies are also on here, right? So we have the LR, Goku Black, and Zamasu with their EZA. They usually hold down slot 1 and Zamasu goes in slot 2. They're both LRs, so they're going to have legendary power. That rotation will absolutely shred this EZA very, very quickly, so that will be very good. And then of course there's the Int LR Rose as well. Not as good, a little bit dated now, potentially due for an EZA maybe if we do get future themed worldwide or something like that. But this guy, of course, for this event, he's an LR, he has type advantage, he's going to be very, very good as well. So this trio of the extreme units absolutely can work super, super well. Now obviously none of them are pure Saiyans, but they fit perfectly onto a solid Realm of Gods team. Now next up we have this guy right here. So obviously this is the unit I was talking about, the Kaioken Goku. Now you only need one Universe Survival Saga ally and then he's able to get his guard as well as the additional attack. So he definitely can put out tons of damage after his EZA. But if you do have the 3 reps of Universe 7 allies, then you have the ability to, if you drop to 59% or less HP, which again, if you're finding the later stages a bit more difficult, this could be very viable. He can then drop the Spirit Bomb. Now he's not an LR, so he's not going to ever have legendary power, but he's still able to do a lot of damage, and that Spirit Bomb buffs everybody else on the rotation as well. So we already mentioned STR UI Goku, I've already mentioned the Int Blue Evolution Vegeta, and then of course when it comes to Realm of Gods, there is this guy who you would need to run as the other third ally. He's got type disadvantage, but again, EZAs aren't super difficult. Maybe if he's getting blasted by a super, that's going to be, you know, pretty bad for him, but he does have the 70% dodge chance. If you want to run Blue Kaioken Goku, you absolutely can run this guy, the STR one, and then Int Blue Evolution Vegeta, and you will be, you know, on pretty good footing with that team. I don't think I would bring this guy otherwise, because I mean, he does have legendary power, but if he's not getting crits, he's not going to do tons of damage because of the type disadvantage. But yeah, if you want to run Blue Kaioken Goku, this guy will let you complete the 3 reps of Universe 7 allies, but again, you do want to run as many LRs as possible. So I think when it comes to my team build, I probably won't use Blue Kaioken, so I probably won't use like in Evolution Vegeta or this guy either, but they definitely are a viable set of units to use. Next up we have good old faithful physical VEGITO Blue. You know, he can get counters, he can get a ton of supers off if you get good RNG. You could absolutely have a turn where you can put him in front of a ton of attacks and he just does counter after counter, gets some crits, does some decent damage. But obviously again, he's a TUR. There's just a couple of TURs here for some honorable mentions, but VEGITO Blue definitely could be quite useful. We also have the LR EZA for the Beerus and Whis that we got for part of Saiyan Day. These guys definitely could be good on a general purpose Realm of Gods team, because of course they have a lot of allies that are available. Not a ton of good ones that have legendary power. Obviously they will share a couple of links with some of these LRs, but these guys can be very, very powerful. They heal on their 18 key super, which is nice because you can't use items in EZAs. And then of course we have units like the Int Beerus that got his EZA. Whilst he's not the craziest unit in the world, obviously he can link pretty well with the LR. He has type advantage. We have the Int Whis, who's very, very good. He gets extra attack and defense per Realm of Gods ally in the same turn, and then if you have Bond of Master and Disciple allies in the same turn, he gets extra dodge, so he definitely can be good in this team. He's also providing support to everyone on the team as well, so he can be good to include as a support unit. I probably would say it's better to bring another LR just so you are more likely to have legendary power active all the time, but if you don't have, you know, a full enough box of LRs for Realm of Gods, this guy definitely would make a very good support unit for the team. And then in a similar vein, although probably not as good as him, is going to be the Vados. She supports a bunch of categories, including Realm of Gods. You do need a Universe 6 ally for her to create Rainbow Orbs, but that's not really the biggest deal in the whole world. She's also a... oh no, she's just Universe 6, isn't it? She's not Universe Survival Saga, because remember, for Blue Kaioken Goku, you just need one Universe Survival Saga ally for him to be able to get his guard and the extra attack, but it doesn't have to be a rep of Universe 7. But yeah, she's not in Universe... I forget the Angels are not in the Universe Survival Saga category, so she could be decent as a support unit. I think Whis is definitely better overall. But yeah, those are some honorable mentions for some TURs. So going back to the list here, obviously Physical Beerus is another Realm of Gods lead. He doesn't have his EZA on global yet though, so probably not like a crazy top choice. Zamasu really isn't because of the type disadvantage, but if you are running the other LRs that we mentioned, the extreme ones, then he could be okay. Jiren, I mean, he's just super outdated now, needs an EZA, but he could be useful, I guess, on the team. STR, Vegito Blue, good free-to-play option. And then these guys, I really like this duo unit, the Blue Kaioken and Blue Evolution, but they are definitely very outdated now. They need an EZA, but in terms of for an Extreme Z battle, they should be fine. And then the free-to-play Zamasu Goku could be pretty decent as well. So I didn't go over a ton of the TURs because I wanted to focus on as many LRs as possible. But for things like, I mean, we got the AGL Blue Gogeta, support units like Supreme Kai of Time. Obviously, I mentioned the Int Whis. We have like the STR Whis that has the dodge and everything. God Vegeta could be decent. He's not the best unit, right? Unfortunately, the TEQ God Goku, it's not a movie hero or Pure Saiyan, so he's not going to have the massive damage reduction. So yeah, those are the ones that kind of stand out. Weirus can be interesting as like an orb changer and stuff, but again, I tried not to focus on too many TURs, but as you can see, like these are the only LRs on the Realm of Gods category. So let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. Like I said at the start, if there's any units you think I missed out or I should have gone into more detail with, let us know down below in the comment section. And also let me know down there, what team build are you going to be using for this TEQ LR Vegito Extreme Z battle? So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.